Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, here I will explain about the mind map that I have made about the Visum and Repertum. So, here are 5 things that will be discussed. Basically, the existence of appropriate material truths from an applicable legal profession will determine the criminal decision by the judge itself. In the event of a criminal, finding material truth cannot be separate from the problem of proof, namely about concerned event. Visum interpretum as one of the evidence made by a forensic expert and or one aspect of expert information. The link between the two cannot be separate. Visum interpretum is created and needed within the framework of law enforcement and justice effort. Visum interpretum is term known in forensic medicine, commonly known as the visum name. Visum comes from Latin. Its single form is visa, seen from the etymological or grammatical meaning. The word visum or visa, the sign of saying or saying, which means the signing of evidence about everything that is found, approved and authorized. While Repertum means reporting, which means what has been obtained from a doctor examination of the victim. Etymologically, the post-mortem repertum is what is seen and found. The only statutory profession that provides an understanding of post-mortem repertum, namely Statsblad, year 1937, number 350, mentioned in the provision of the Statsblad. Visum Repertum is a written report for the interest of the judiciary pro justitia at the request of the authorities made by all doctors, something that is seen and found on the examination of evidence based on the oath at the time of receiving the position and based on his best knowledge. Okay, on to the next point. What really is the core of the role of science is in relation to the judicial process? This is the answer. The judicial medical science plays a role in determining the causal relationship between an act and the consequence it will cause. Whether it causes a wound on the body or that causes health problem or which cause a person hurt. Where there are consequences, it should be suspect that a criminal act has been committed. Based on the result of examination of this forensic expert, then it can be known whether a person wound someone unhealthy or the death of a person is caused by a criminal act or not. And the fourth point is about procedure. The procedure for requesting visum repertum for the victim is regulated in Article 133 and 134 of the Criminal Procedure Code, which are written in writing. The bodies must be treated properly. Clearly stated checks are requested and bodies are labeled with identity stamp and attached to parts of the body. That's it. That is, examination of the body must be as complete as possible and the result of the examination are set forth in the form of Visum et Repertum, which must be considered as a copy of the corpse. The examination of a forensic expert on a corpse is actually obligatory or must and should not be prevented. Providing clear information about the purpose and method of examination the body and its benefit to the family of the victim is expected to be able to avoid misunderstanding between the investigator and the victim family. The rule. As a written statement containing the result of an expert doctor examination of the evidence in a criminal case, the postmortem repertum has the following rules: as a valid evidence, evidence of detention a suspect, and as a matter of consideration for judge. As a valid evidence, this matter, as mentioned in Article 184, Paragraph 1 to Article 187, letter C, Criminal Procedure Law. Evidence of detention of a suspect. In a case that requires the investigator to detain a suspect of a criminal offense, the investigator must have sufficient evidence to carry out the action. One proof is the result of a crime committed by a suspect against the victim. Visum et repertum made by doctor can be used by investigator as a substitute for evidence to complete a detention warrant. As a matter of consideration for judge, even though the conclusion of the postmortem et repertum are not binding on the judge, what is described in the reporting section of a postmortem is material evidence of a criminal offense seen and found by a doctor. Visum et repertum is one of the legal evidence as written in Article 184 of the Criminal Procedure Code. Visum et repertum also plays a role in the process of proving a criminal case against human health and soul, where Visum et repertum describe everything about the result of medical examination contained in the new section, which can therefore be considered as substitute for evidence. So, the conclusion is the role of the postmortem in the disclosure of criminal acts is to ascertain the cause of death from a criminal offense, because without visum et repertum it would be difficult to determine the cause of death of a person. In deciding the criminal offense, the judge is bound the postmortem report to determine the cause of the crime. So that's my explanation. Thank you for watching and goodbye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.